Hey everyone, welcome. All right, today we're going to crack the code on a question that looks so easy, but let's be honest, trips up so many students in the SSC exam. The biographical sketch. So let's dive right in and make sure you walk out of here knowing exactly how to score full marks every single time. So let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at this question and wondered, why did I lose marks here? I mean, it seems so simple, right? All the facts are given to you. So what's the deal? Where are things going wrong? And here it is. The answer is surprisingly simple. It's not that you don't know the facts. You do. The real problem, the thing that makes the difference between getting just okay marks and getting a perfect score, it's all about structure. That's it. It's about how you put it all together. Okay, so what even is a biographical sketch? Just think of it like a mini biography, a quick story of someone's life. But here are the two magic words you need to remember: structured and chronological. You're not just dropping facts onto the page. You're telling a story that makes sense from beginning to end. And this is where it gets really good. To get that perfect structure, we're going to use a super simple but really powerful formula. I call it E-call. That's E for early life, C for career, A for achievements, and L for legacy. Seriously, this is your secret weapon, your roadmap to getting a perfect score. Let's break it down. First up, E for early life and education. This is how you start your grand opening. You just introduce the person, say when and where they were born, and mention their education. Something like, Sarojini Naidu was born on February 13, 1879 in Hyderabad, and she went on to study at King's College in London. Simple, clear, and a perfect start. Next, we move on to C for career path. This flows perfectly from the last point. So after their education, what do they do for a living? Here's where you talk about their job, their main work, any important jobs they had. It's just the next chapter in their story. See how logical this is? And now for the fun part, A for achievements. This is where you get to highlight all the cool stuff they did. Did they win a big award? Write a famous book? This is where you list their biggest successes. And you want to sound confident here. Use strong words like remarkable or significant to really make their achievements pop. And finally, L for legacy. Now listen up, because this is probably the most important part of your entire answer. So many students just list the facts and then stop. That is a huge mistake. The legacy part is where you explain why this person matters, why we should remember them. This little sentence at the end, that's what locks in those final marks. Never, ever skip it. All right, enough talk. Let's actually do this. Imagine you get this question in your exam. Just 3 little points of data. Born in 1990 in Hyderabad, they're a scientist, and they won a national award. So how do we use our equal formula to turn this into a perfect paragraph? Let's watch the EKL formula work its magic. For E, we start with, he was born in 1990 in Hyderabad. For C, we add, he chose a career in science. For A, we state, and received a national award for his work. And for our all-important L, our legacy, we conclude with, he is an inspiration to young minds. See that? It just flows together beautifully into a complete, structured paragraph. Now just look at the side-by-side. On the left is what a lot of students do, just short, choppy phrases. Yeah, the facts are there, but it's clunky. But on the right, that's the topper method. It's smooth, it's a proper paragraph, it tells a story. That, right there, is the difference between getting by and getting full marks. Want a few more pro tips to really seal the deal? Okay, first, always write in the past tense. Simple. Second, use linking words like then, later, or after that to make your sentences flow together. And remember, you're writing a single, solid paragraph, not just a list of bullet points. Keep it connected. Okay, and let's quickly go over what not to do. The number one mistake is just writing the points in a random order. That completely destroys your flow. Another one is using broken sentences. And please, whatever you do, do not forget that conclusion, that legacy statement. And a final quick check, make sure you've actually used every piece of data they gave you. Easy marks to lose if you're not careful. So when you're revising for your exam, just remember this. Burn it into your brain. E, then C, then A, then L. Early life, to career, to achievements, to legacy. That's it. That's the whole game plan, right there. So what's the big takeaway here? It's that structure isn't just some nice idea. It's literally the key to getting full marks on this question. Follow the eCal formula, practice it just a couple of times, and I promise you can walk into that exam feeling totally confident that you are going to nail it. Good luck.